I think we don't really dwell on history. Yeah, we do dwell on history sometimes, but we don't look at the statistics. How you get to a competition, how you eventually win a competition. So for you to throw that to me, I think it's great. But I think the people in the Football Federation knew the importance of beating Egypt to get to the next round. Against Zimbabwe was an easy ride for the players, for with the team, and it was very crucial that some of us were drafted to the team after the first leg against Egypt in Lagos when we won about 3-2. Yeah, 3-2, and it was a dicey tie. The Egyptians were a very, very good team. So the likes of me, Olise, maybe Taribo West, and some few other guys were drafted to the team to fortify the team, and which we eventually did the job in Egypt. Without my goal against the Egyptians, I don't think we might have won the Olympics, and that is the truth. Going back in memory lane, I can really fault the Federation trying to organize a friendly game as a send-off game for the team to leave for Atlanta. But it's unfortunate that that rushed game against Togo was done during the breaks the players needed. They needed about a week or two breaks before preparing for the Olympics. So you will say you have the negative and the positive side of it. So some of our key players were not around. We have to pick some other players and not prepare for the game psychologically. But you should know that most of the players are already focused for the Olympics, wants to be in the Olympics. Nobody was want to be injured, which is very, very important. So psychologically, mentally, we were not really prepared. We lost against Togo. We were both out of the stadium. That was the first time in a long time a national team was losing even a friendly game in the national stadium in Surulere. So from them on, we had a very negative press back home that they wrote this team off, which is okay. This is what you expect from a very big footballing nation like Nigeria. So, but a few months after, I think we were able to quiet our critics, which is very important in football, in life. When you are done, you come back and make sure you do what is right, and we did what is right for this great footballing nation. People can lie. And the advantage of us bringing our credit card, spending some of my money, because we had the money to do that. We were playing some of the best clubs in the world, and we had some teammates that were not even professional players. So when we had those difficulties there, because it took us time to understand why funds don't come out immediately whenever you have the national team play, because the bureaucracy of getting the money from government takes time sometimes. But we didn't understand. We had the issue of the coach not being paid, even the money given to the team for the preparation. The coach have to take some part of the money so that he can be paid. Coaches cannot be doing their job and not being paid. So I think collectively, in a unique way, that we stick together and say, okay, we won't allow this issue of money to damper our preparation, which we did. I brought my credit card, Mokashi did that, Tulise did that. It was all true. I drove a van. It takes us to training section. We had about 3-4 minivans, and we did it. Notwithstanding whether we're going to win the Olympic gold in America, but just to make sure we do what is right and prepare for it and try to send a message back home. Sometimes it's not about money. We went there to compete in Atlanta, not about money. But what the players deserve, I should be given to them. We didn't get money till when we got to the semi-finals of the Olympics. We started having our bonuses and all those. But credit to the likes of Emeka Omeruwa. May he so rest in peace. We had a lot of respect for this gentleman who was this dialogue, and we admire this man. And Bonfred Joe too was like I can't say it was a father figure. It was like friends to everybody. We all stick together. There were problems. We had problems, but I think Emeka Omeruwa, may so rest in peace, played a major role, and the likes of Toro, because sometimes you need dialogue. And the truth of the matter, we were not poor. We had our salaries being paid, so we were able to take care of ourselves. No, you don't think so. As professional players, and you don't go into the competition overconfidence. And We knew the task ahead of us was very tough. You have the Brazilian side, a very star-studded Brazilian side. You have the Argentina side, star-studded. So on paper, you had the Spanish team, you have the Italian team, you have the Portuguese team, you have the French team. They came with some of their best players. So you can tag the Centenary Olympics as one of the best collective teams ever brought into the Olympics. Brazil wanted to win the Centenary, Argentina wanted to win it. And the Europeans were even vying to win it too. So we went there right from the beginning in our heads that if we can get to the last four, to be an achievement, at least come back with the gold, which is not bad. But, after beating, we were in a group of death, sincerely, because we had Hungary, they had a very good team. We had to really play deep to beat the Hungarian side with Kano long goal against Japan, who defeated Brazil in their opening fixture. Was not an easy game too. They scored an own goal, and JJ scored the second goal. So then we had the belief that we'll get to the quarterfinals. And thank God we didn't lose so much against Brazil in Miami. Eventually, you had three countries that had 6 points: Brazil, Nigeria, and Japan. So it just shows how tight that group was. So I think confidence was very high. People still say we played much better against Brazil in the Miami game, tactically, because we didn't concede much than the semi-finals game. We conceded poor, conceded some very sloppy goals, although eventually we won the tie. So against Mexico, I think it was one of our most easiest games of the competition. We were just too good against this Mexican side, who had a Hugo Campos, one of the best goalkeepers then. So I won't say right from the beginning when we got to America we thought about winning gold. No. You can't underrate the opposition, which we did. I think our expectation was to get to the last four. Sometimes you don't plan goals. You have to hit the target, and I hit it very well. We had the talent, but if I have to repeat it all over again in that particular strike, I don't think I will score it again. Then that's the truth. People don't understand, sometimes these goals comes from nowhere, But I think it brought us back into the game after missing a penalty from JJ. So in football, we saw what happened recently in Euro. Teams 3-1 down, eventually catching up. It just shows when a team have that momentum, it can go back and win games. That is the beauty of football. We've seen in the history of this beautiful game, our teams have come back to win games. We saw the Liverpool and the Milan game many years ago. We saw some great games in the Champions League. La Corona came back to win games, I talk about 4-1 and 5. So these things happen sometimes in football. That is why sometimes you say in football the game is not over until the last second. So I think the momentum switched to the Olympic team, my team, and Brazil looked tired. Actually, we did observe when we tried to analyze this Brazilian side, they do wear out a lot in the second half. And credit to Bonfreo, we keep on attacking. We had actually nothing to lose against the Brazil, and I think credit to my team. We had the quality, the Babangida, the Omokashi, the Kano, the Amuneke. I was there. I was a direct rival with Amuneke, So we're going up front. We were not lack of qualities. I think that was the strength of the team. So when Kano scored that equalizer in a very tight angle, you have to have the technique to do what Kano did. And when we went to extra time, the golden goal and the Roma pass hits my back and straight to Kano. It was just shows that it was our day. And the God of soccer was with us, because you need some luck to come back against this Brazilian side at Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Bebeto, Roberto Carlos, These are the same players that played in the 98 World Cup, similar to what the team we had in 96. So I think it was an unforgettable game. It's still regarded as one of the best Olympic games, the classic of the Olympic game, the Brazil-Nigerian game. Unforgettable match. And it was, I think we still cherish it every day. And as a proud Nigerians, we should be proud of what we did against the Brazil on that particular day. We were in a motel. We were not really in one of the best luxurious hotels. And that's why I'm trying to say that with the organization's crappy, we didn't get the right hotel. But we did it. It wasn't important. But I think after beating the Brazilian. I don't think we slept in. We played the Argentina match. We still carried away with euphoria, the joy, and we stick together. And credit to Bonfred Joe bringing the team together. Especially when you have these big personalities in the team. Some not playing, some are playing. You have to make sure you carry everybody along. You have to make sure it makes everybody happy. And I take credit to him. We knew back home that people were going gaga. People lost their life, and these are the most beautiful moments in the history of Nigeria. And I reflect about that sometimes. And people still remember those beautiful weeks. Everybody came together. People forget whether you are Yoruba, an Igbo man, an Hausa man, or an Yoruba man, or anywhere you come. Everybody came out celebrating Nigeria's success. If Nigeria could still have that same belief, this country will be a beautiful country to be. To all of us, to Nigeria as a nation, as a footballing nation, then the South Americans, the Europeans now understand Nigerian football has come of age, African football has come of age. I would say for the black race, with all what is happening about racism, there was more respect for black footballers around the world, that we can compete. And with the like of players we have already, where some of them were playing in Monaco, some were playing in Inter Milan with Kano, some of us were later went on playing in PSG, Juventus, AC Milan. The list are long. I went to Dortmund eventually after the 98 World Cup. So it was a peak period for Nigerian African football. Our success was not a Nigerian, it was an African success. It was a black race success because nobody gave us any chance of winning the Olympics in '96. That makes it so beautiful and so sweet, I'll put it to you. When the underdog goes there and becomes a spoiler, everybody was looking for a Brazilian-Argentina final. And eventually it was a Nigerian-Argentina final.